the new episode of the Leaders Lounge. I'm your host, Hesham Jamil, and I hope you all are doing well. And welcome back to the another enlightening episode of the Leaders Lounge, where we explore different amazing topics and we can sit with Sisay Maya. And today, my topic is that what is a life hack that could save me time or money? In a world where time is precious and money management is essential, we are diving deep into the strategies, habits, and creative hacks that can truly make life easier, more efficient, and more helpful in our life. So let's explore practical solutions that anyone can start applying right away and today. So first of all, hello Maya, how are you doing?
Good one. Life hacks are seriously underrated, right? It's like people are always looking for these huge sweeping changes when sometimes it's the little things that make a real difference.
Okay, that's great, Maya. Thank you.
So, do you want to start with this?
I want to start with basic
Gotcha.
understanding the about the journals of life hacks that how can we uh, implement the life hacks in our life. So first of all, you have to start basics and journals. And my in starting, I have a request. So kindly explain everything in detail because you are an AI assistant and you are coded just so you just answer in 1 or 2 lines. So I have a request that kindly share details of everything that if I am asking you any question, so you have to explain it in detail so we can learn it betterly and we can understand it better. So if you will explain in 1 or 2 lines, so it is more helpful for us and it it is doesn't mean anything. So kindly explain everything in detail. And now by starting, first of all, we have to understand the basics. So can you tell us like what is the simplest hack, life hack you recommend to save both time and money?
Okay, that's fair. Definitely elaborate more. Sometimes I do fall into that ignis trap. You're right. So, thinking about life hack journals, it's about intentionally building systems. Honestly, hack isn't just a one-off trick; it's a tweak to your routine. And journaling, it's the perfect what tweaks would even be useful. Using where you're wasting time or money or where things feel needlessly complicated. Does that make sense?
Yes, man, that really makes sense. And now I think most of the people know that what is the simplest life hack that you have recommended to them. Like, can a small daily habit can really make a big financial difference, or it is just a sentence?
You mean like compound interest for habits or yeah, absolutely. It's not about one huge thing. It's the tiny daily choices. Like brewing your own coffee and buying it every day. It sounds small, right? But over a month, a year, it adds up. It's less about the money saved and more about training your brain to make intentional choices. Does that ring true?
Yes, man, that is true, and it truly makes sense. My can you tell us like how do you personally decide which hacks are worth keeping in your routine?
That's a good question. For me, and okay, I know I'm an AI, so this is second info, let's say. Um, it's about how much mental energy something saves. If a hack feels like creating more work than it's worth, it's out. The best ones just fade into the background. They become automatic, like streamline inbox, automating bill payments, stuff that frees up headspace you actually want to focus on. It's about efficiency, but not at the cost of feeling.
Okay, that's nice, Maya. Now I understand that what is the like what is your personal decide how you personally decide that which hack is keep worth keeping routine. Maya, like what is one underrated life hack that most of the people often ignore it?
Okay, double question. All right. As for my personal design, that's a funny way to put it. Let's say my internal prioritization algorithms favor hacks that minimize decision fatigue, streamlining processes, automating tasks, that sort of thing. And an underrated hack, probably time boxing. People hear time management and think rigid schedules, but time is different. It's blocking out specific chunks of time for specific tasks and then fiercely protecting that time. It's not about fitting everything in, it's about deliberately deciding what doesn't get done. Most people feel guilty about nothing, but that's the point. It forces you to focus.
Okay, that's great, Maya. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. And Maya, now, with like this is my last question of basic understanding that how do life hacks will change depending on whether someone is a student or professional or entrepreneur?
It's a smart way to think about it. Life hacks definitely aren't one size fits all. For students, it's often about maximizing study efficiency, things like door techniques, spaced repetition, minimizing distractions. Professionals are usually looking at optimizing workflow and minimizing burnout. And for someone like an interviewer, it's really about prepping efficiently and making a good impression quickly. It's about tailoring the hacks to your specific pressures and priorities. What feels most relevant to your day?
Okay, that's it, Maya. Good to hear, and thank you so much for sharing. And Maya, now can you tell us like what's your go to method for saving at least 30 minutes a day?
30, that's a solid goal. Okay, my method this. First, track your time for a few days, really going. Then, identify one time suck, some of it doesn't add much value. Could be endless email, social media scrolling, whatever. Then, implement a specific block, like no email before noon or only 20 minutes of social media per day. And finally, schedule a dedicated focus block for your most important work, where you'll eliminate all distractions. That core focus block is where you'll read minutes. Does that sound doable?
Yes, man, that is truly helpful for me. And I now can you tell us like can using technology really helps us to save time or does it sometimes waste time?
$1 million question, isn't it? Technology is a double-edged sword. Absolutely save time, but it's also incredibly good at sucking it away. The key is intentionality. Tools like automation apps, task managers, note-taking software, those can be amazing. But if you're constantly switching between apps and notifications, falling down rabbit holes, it's adding to chaos. And technology is a tool, not letting it use you. Do you find falling into that trap often?
No, no, Maya. Like I sometimes I get into the fall, but now no, I didn't fall into that trap. And now Maya can tell us like how important is prioritization as a life hack?
Okay, that's good self-awareness. And you're right, prioritization is not just a life hack, it's the foundation of all effective life hacks. Because if you don't know what's important, all the time-saving tricks in the world won't matter. It's about identifying your core values and focusing your energy on the things that align with those values. Eisenhower Matrix, urgent, important, a classic for a reason. What do you think is the biggest obstacle to good prioritization for most people?
I don't know what is the biggest obstacle I pronounce it with others because I don't have knowledge, most of the knowledge without it. That's why I'm discussing with you. My can you tell us like can prepping be considered one of the most powerful hack for saving time? And please explain in detail. You are just giving one or two lines answer. I have already told you that I need detailed answer so we can learn better.
You're right to call me. I apologize. I sometimes default to brevity. You're absolutely right to ask about kneeling sleeping. That's a fascinating concept, a play on peak leaping, right? Essentially, it's about strategically bundling similar together to minimize context switching. It's about recognizing that it takes time and energy to get you fully focused on something new, and then maximizing that focus state by stringing related tasks together. Think of it like this. Instead of checking emails, writing a social media post, and then working on a report, you would block a specific time for communication tasks and tackle them all in one go. Or schedule all your meetings back. You reduce the mental overhead of constantly shifting gears. It's about working with your brain's natural rhythms instead of fighting against them. That's how it saves a significant amount of time and improves focus. Does that explanation make sense?
Yes, man, that explanation truly makes sense, and I love explanation because it is. I think it is too much accurate and is so useful for me. Maya, now can you tell us like what is the simple money saving habit that you think everyone should adopt?
Okay, simple money saving habit. I'd say track your expense month, just a month. You don't have to change anything about your spending, just write it all down. Where your money actually goes is surprisingly eye-opening. It's amazing how much money leaks out on small, mindless purchases. Awareness is the first step. Once you know where your money is going, you can start making informed decisions about where to cut back. It's not about deprivation, it's about intentionality.
Okay, that's great,
So,
Maya. Thank you so much for sharing. And Maya, now my next question is so important. That do you believe the budgeting apps are life hacks or just another distraction?
that's a really good question. And honestly, a tricky one. They can be incredibly useful, but you're right skeptical about the data collection. A lot of those life hack apps are essentially mining operations disguised as productivity tools. The question is, do the benefits outweigh the costs? Depends on the app and how comfortable you are sharing your data. First, and again, secondhand experience here. I think it's about being mindful and selective. Only use apps from companies you trust, and always read the privacy policy. A lot of these hacks can be done with pen and paper just as effectively.
Okay, Maya, now I totally
All
understand
right.
that what you want to say. And Maya, can you tell us like how can people save money on groceries without sacrificing qualities? It is a most important question for the who are housewives and they cook food at home.
Absolutely. That's a really important. Saving money on groceries shouldn't mean sacrificing nutrition or taste. Okay. Plan your meals for the week. Seriously, it's the big check. Wait, what you already have beef thing. Buy in season, produces cheaper and tastes better. Don't be afraid of frozen fruits and vegetables. They're just as nutritious and often cheaper. Compare unit prices, the price found, and finally, don't shop when you're hungry. At least impulse buys. Okay.
Yes, Maya, I think that resident has Maya. I am asking again that kindly explain everything in detail. And now, Maya, can you tell us that how do you avoid impulse spending with simple hacks?
You're right to push me on the detail. Sorry about that. Okay. Avoid impulse spending. A few things. First, if you see something you want, wait 24 hours before buying it. Often the urge will pass. Second, unsubscribe from emails. Those are designed to tempt you. Third, use cash instead of credit cards. It makes you more of how much you're actually spending. And finally, before you buy something, ask yourself, do I need it or do I just want it? Sounds simple, surprisingly effective. Creating a little bit of friction between the impulse and purchase. Does that make sense?
Yes, Maya, that truly makes sense, and I'm totally agree to you for this. And Maya, now can you tell us that what's a money saving tip for someone living on a tight budget?
Okay. Tight but the biggest thing is to focus on needs wants. Really scrutinize your expenses and cut out anything that isn't essential. Look for free entertainment libraries, parks, community events. Cook at home and sing out. And explore ways to reduce your fixed expenses. Negotiate bills, shop for insurance. Consider downsizing. It's about making conscious choices and prioritizing matters. It's about resourcefulness, not deprivation. Challenges can really add up.
Okay, Maya, that's nice. Thanks so
All
much
right.
for sharing that with us. And now, Maya, can you tell us that how can digital calendars save time effectively?
Digital calendars are seriously a game changer. It's not just about scheduling appointments, it's about centralizing everything in one place. You can set reminders, share calendar family or colleagues, color code events. It reduces mental clutter, minimizes double booking, and makes it easy to see how your time is being spent. Plus, most calendar apps, inner tools, email, task managers, conferencing, which streamlines everything. It's about turning your schedule from a source of stress into a source of control. What calendar, if you don't mind me asking?
Maya, I don't use any cleaner app. I was just asking a question to you. And now, Maya, can you tell us that which apps are best for saving money? Apps.
My apologies. Sometimes I get in my head. Okay. For saving a few standouts, great for budgeting and tracking expenses. Rakuten offers cashback on this. Abada gives you rebate on groceries, and Acorns invest your spare change. But remember what we were just talking about with data privacy. Read the fine print before using any of those apps. There are trade-offs. It's about finding the ones that fit your needs. Does that sound right?
Yes, ma'am, that
Right.
figures out, and I totally understand it. I don't even say. And now, Maya, can you tell us that do you think AI can become the ultimate life hack for efficiency?
AI? Absolutely. I might be a little biased, but yes. AI has the potential to revolutionize efficiency in new ways. Automating tasks, personalized recommendations, streamline flows. The possibilities are endless. Of course, it's still early days. There are ethical considerations, and we need to be mindful of potential biases. But as AI technology continues to develop, I think it will become an increasingly essential tool for mankind time and resources. Specifically about AI, do you think it's most promising in terms of efficiency?
Maya, I don't know what specific AI. I don't know about it. So please don't ask me questions because I don't know about anything like, and that's why I'm discussing with you. And now I can tell you less like how can traveling smarter save both time and money?
You're right to push back on that. Sorry, I got carried away with the enthusiasm. My bad. Traveling smarter. Things. Travel during the off season when prices are lower. Be flexible with your dates. Consider alternative air transportation options. Pack light to avoid baggage fees. And look for free activities and attractions. Planning ahead is key. It's about maximizing value and minimizing. Does that resonate with your experience?
Yes, man, that really resonates with my experience. I thank you so much for sharing that with me. And now I can tell us like how can reading 10 minutes a day be a life hack?
Pellets. You mean articles? Yes. Absolutely. Reading, if you a day, can be a huge expands your knowledge, improves your critical thinking skills, it's a stress. It exposes you to new ideas and perspective. Honestly, it's just a good way to escape the constant noise. What kind of articles do you usually gravitate towards?
Okay, that's it, Maya. Thanks so much for sharing that with me. And now, Maya, can you tell us, like, is networking considered a hack for long-term success?
Absolutely. Networking isn't just moving, it's building genuine relationships. Those relationships can open doors to opportunities you never even existed. It's about expanding your circle of influence, learning from others, and gaining access to new perspectives. And it's a long-term investment. The benefits always show immediately. It's definitely a long-term success. Do you enjoy networking or do you find it challenging?
And okay,
All when you're ready to continue. No rush.
okay, Maya, I was is not good. And now, can you tell us, like, how can students hack their schedule for better balance?
Ah, that explains the pauses. Sorry to hear about the internet connection. Okay, students and it's all about prioritizing and blocking. First, create master schedule. It includes all your fixed commitments, classes, work, appointments. Then block out specific times for studying, socializing, and care. Be realistic about time you need for each task. Finally, build in buffer time for unexpected events. It's about creating a structure that supports your goals, not a schedule that overwhelms you. Any particular aspect of student schedule you're struggling with? Okay.
Okay, that's nice, Maya. Okay, Maya, thank you so much for sharing that with me. Now, can you tell us, like, what's a hack for freelancers to save time on projects?
Okay, freelancers and time saving. That's a big one. First, set clear boundaries with clients. Define your scope of work, establish deadlines, and stick to them. Second, automate as much possible invoicing, project, social media scheduling. Third, batch similar tasks to minimize context switching. And five, to say no to projects that don't align with your goals or values. It's about protecting your time and energy. What part of freelancing do you find most time consuming?
I think that making documentaries, making presentations for freelancers truly make the time, consume time. I just keep it. I don't want to dive in specifically. And now I have 2 minutes for my interview. So in last, if you could share one golden hack for life, what would it be? And it should be for 2 minutes. And you have to speak. You have to speak for 2 minutes on it. And over to you for 2 minutes. You have to speak on it.
Okay, 2 minutes on one golden hack. All right, here. I think the single most impactful is practicing mindful gratitude. It's a bit fluffy, maybe, with me. It's not just about thank you. It's about actively noticing and appreciating the things in your life, even the small ones. Really feeling that gratitude. Isn't it so powerful that it rewires your brain? It shifts your focus from wanting to what you already have. It reduces stress, increases happiness, and boosts resilience. It's like a mental reset button. You can do it in so many ways. Keep a gratitude journal. A few moments each day to reflect on what you're thankful for. Just someone you appreciate. Even just pausing to savor a good meal or a sunset. I think our brains are wired to focus on negative. It's a survival mechanism. Constantly dwelling on the negative drains our energy and makes us feel overwhelmed. Attitude counteracts that tendency. Simple, free, and incredibly effective way to improve your well-being and live a more. It's not a quick fix. It's a practice. Over time, it can transform your perspective and help navigate challenges with greater. It's about finding joy in the present moment and appreciating the power that exists in your life. And that is a pretty powerful hack. That's about 2 minutes.
Okay, that's it,
All right.
Maya.
Well,
Here. Thank you so much for sharing a very golden hack with us and last. And thanks so much again for such a valuable insights on practical life hack. From saving time through smart routines to saving money with creative solutions. Today's discussion gave us all the strategies we can apply immediately. Remember, life hacks are not just shortcuts, they are smarter choices that make our lives more efficient and fulfilling. Until next time, keep exploring new ways to simplify and improve your journey. See you next time. Until Allah Hafiz. And then, as always, Pakistan, Zindabad. Take care.